Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. It is Saturday, Small Business Day. The Saturday after Thanksgiving. I don't know what the date is. November 29th. Yes, that's the date. So yes, an early start for me on Saturday. I'm actually going into work because I was gone for the full week and I just feel like I need to catch up on stuff. I left a huge pile of filing to do, and I feel as if I don't get in there and at least do that, then I'm going to be behind the 8 ball on Monday. So I'm going to go in for a few hours. Of course I'm going to do computer work because who likes to file? Not me. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to do some payroll updates, and I'm going to try to get at least half of the filing done, and then I'll go to work early on Monday as well. Tuesday, I have an appointment with Grace. We actually have an 8 a.m. team meeting for school just to kind of talk about how it's going for her 1 hour a day at the high school. Oh, brother. I don't even know how I feel about that, to be honest, but I haven't thought about it, so, I'm glad we're meeting. I'm just not sure what I think about her going there for an hour a day. So hopefully it'll be a positive meeting and we can add a second class, because we can't, if we don't add more than one class, we'll never know how she's going to succeed at the big high school. I don't know, it's a whole bunch of rigmarole. Alright, anyway, and then we also she has a dental appointment right in the smack middle of the day at 11:30. And the dentist is kind of near where I work. It's closer to where I work than it's closer to home. So I'm kind of going in like two different directions. I'm going to come home, pick her up, and then kind of go back that way. So it's kind of silly, to be honest with you, but not really much I can do about it. So, I don't know. I think I'll just, I already told my husband that I think we'll kind of go in two separate cars, unless I can get my friend to go with my husband to the dentist. But, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I can always meet them at the dentist, but I feel like it's kind of a waste of gas to come all the way home, pick her up, then go all the way back, and then go to work after that. And I haven't gone to tap dance in like 3 weeks, so I really want to go to tap dance on Tuesday. I know, it's only Saturday, I'm already thinking about Tuesday. But that's how my mind works, you got to think ahead. Planning. Anyways, for today, we had a good week. No, we didn't. What am I talking about? We were away visiting mother-in-law, and she is very sad and depressed. She's in a rehab. She broke her shoulder, so she's been in rehab for about 4 to 5 weeks, and it doesn't look like she's going to come home. It looks like they're going to have to transition her to a nursing home, and the reason for that is because her cognition, her memory has really slowed down, and her short-term memory is really bad. So it's not a question of her physically being able to go home. I think eventually she would be able to physically go home, but it's remembering to eat. It's if she fell, remembering to push the call button. It's remembering wearing the call button. She's 94, so she was, she was a little confused while we were there. From one day to the next, she was like, "Oh, let me go show you my room," as if we were never there before. So it's really sad to watch her decline that much, because even, a few years ago, she's 94. So a few years ago, when she was 91 or 92, she was, really with it. She was still driving. And so, it's a steady, slow decline. And it's sad to watch someone like that. And I think, as much as it affected myself and my husband, I do think it affected Grace, because she was a little unbearable all week. It's a change of routine. No one is not home. No one is not, napping with her. No one is not reading a book to her. No one is not sitting on a couch with her. So, we were pretty frustrated throughout the week, and I had a bad experience with Thanksgiving in 2001. It's something that I often think about, and I think about it only around the Thanksgiving holiday. But I'm just not a Thanksgiving Day fan. I'm not a Thanksgiving weekday fan. I mean, the time off was nice. It was 3 days because that's the way to do it, because I have Thanksgiving off and Friday off after. But then Saturday comes and I'm coming into work to get things done and organized for the week ahead. It was just really, Grace can be very combative when she's maybe not feeling well with her belly, and it was just really an emotionally tough week already, and then I think it just added to it, which kind of really just sucks. So we're glad to be home. We came home yesterday, and then we settled in nicely. I did have someone come over and help with Grace's bed and bath routine, and that's really appreciated, that I can call somebody and they can come over on Friday night and do that. So today, hopefully, Grace did sleep in her bed all night, but then she just woke up a little while ago and kind of was again scratching her belly, which usually is an indication that her belly's bothering her. But I just gave her to Papa, and she'll sleep in our bed this morning. She does have plans to go out with a friend this afternoon, even if it's for a few hours. I'm appreciative that she can do that. And again, it's it just helps us to be able to get the house organized, put the clothes away from our trip, and just really get the house organized for the week ahead. What can I tell you? That's my story. I'm sticking to it. So I hope to get a lot done this morning and today as a whole. And I need to go get some creamer I get my creamer at a specific store. I was actually adding up what we spent while we were away, and I think gas round trip was $140, which is really good, and eating out was, I think, about $250 maybe. Really good. We definitely spent under $1,000. We went out to eat. We got a DoorDash one night, and then we went out to the breakfast, sandwiches on the go kind of thing. And we went to Olive Garden one time. So really, we did really well on spending while we were away. We were pretty intentional, and again, we arrived Sunday, we left Friday. I did get a couple of small things for Christmas on Black Friday. I did purchase some Jane's Agenda. Was having her Black Friday sale yesterday, so it started Thursday, I want to say, or I don't know, Wednesday. I can't remember. Yes, I'm yawning. I apologize. So yeah, that's it. I'm just glad I'm home. I mean, honestly, I'm just glad I'm home. On the way home yesterday, if you've ever traveled through the Syracuse, Utica area, they can have what's called lake effect snow band, and it's my husband was explaining to me that it's when the lakes aren't frozen enough for the snow to stay on the lake, it blows into that area, that band, and it's snow squabbles that just kind of appear out of nowhere. And we did run into some lake effect snow on the way home. The scary part about that is that it can come out of nowhere. Like, you're driving 1 minute, it's sunny, and you can see, right? And then in the next second, really, this is how quickly it happens. It's just snow squabbles, and it's like a whiteout. You can't see in front of you. So unless you're following a car in front of you with their lights on, you can't see the road. It's very, very scary. And a couple years ago, we went through a storm like that, and it was horrifying for me to drive in it. I was, a couple years ago, I was so scared. I thought we were going to die on the road. I thought, we were going to get into an accident. And, it just stretches out your already 6 to 7 hour trip to, 10 or 12 hours. And I swore after that time a couple of years ago that we would watch the weather better and not do that again. Because I do all the driving. I just like my driving. I'm not a good passenger. And like sick-wise, stomach-wise. But, so the drive home yesterday, it wasn't that horrific, like not that horrifying, but it was still scary. It was definitely 10 and 2 on the wheel, and no distractions. It was and we had that for a couple of hours going through Syracuse. So I didn't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. All right, thanks for listening to me ramble this morning, and I hope you all have a good day. I hope you can support small business if you're shopping for Christmas gifts. I don't have a lot of people to buy for. I mean, I'm going to get Grace actually a drum set from Amazon for her Christmas. That'll be her big gift. And then I'm just going to get her, some small gifts to open. Not really sure what I'm going to get my husband. We usually do gifts, and do, and every year I try to do something a little special. And this year, I just don't know what else he needs that we don't buy for ourselves. Really. I might just get him some gift cards. I'll have Grace pick up, maybe another Yeti for him. Maybe I'll do that with his name on it or something. And that's about it. I will get the girls that, Grace's PCAs. I'll get them. A couple of them are new, so I can go back to that old, gifts that I got last year, which is something that says Grace on it, like maybe some bubble bath or some lotion from Philosophy. And actually, that was on sale on Black Friday, so hopefully, there'll be more sales like today and Monday for Cyber Monday. So I'll get like a small set and then just divide it up into like 2 or the 3 or the 4 girls. And then, let's be honest, they like money, so I'd rather get them a couple of small little gifts, maybe a gift card to Dunkin' Donuts or something like that, and then some extra money if we can swing it, and that's about it. I don't think our spending for Christmas is going to be a lot of money, to be honest, because we don't buy a lot, and we're getting older. We can purchase things ourselves if we want it. We get money, we give ourselves money. Give ourselves money on a weekly basis or bi-weekly basis, my husband and I, and we spend when we want to spend, and we're intentional about it. So it's kind of a good thing, but okay, ramble is out. I am done rambling for the morning. I hope you have a good day. I hope you had a blessed Thanksgiving. I mean, if I will say this, even though this week was hard emotionally with mother-in-law and with Grace and with my own feelings about Thanksgiving, I am thankful, and I do feel blessed for the family that I have and for the life that I lead. So, that's saying something. And going into work on a Saturday, some might say I'm crazy, and why do you do that? Why are you doing that? I do love my job. I sent a thankful message of Thanksgiving to my coworkers and some of the guys that work for us on Thursday, and my boss did respond that she's grateful for me and brightening everyone's day at work. So sometimes you work and you don't feel 100% appreciated, but then when you do read a heartfelt message like that, I was grateful that she recognized that, I do a lot for the company, and I know she appreciates it. I just don't think sometimes she, says it often. But that's okay. I love my job. I'm going in to help myself next week, and I'm going to be here for a few hours. I know, this video is already getting into the 15-minute thing, obviously my whole drive up here. So I'll just say this. happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for being a part of my channel, and I hope you have a blessed and wonderful weekend.